Yeah, less than that maybe.
Appreciate it.
No, appreciate it. So how does the do you have surgery on the wrist? To heal? Like, what all happened with the wrist?
No, the wrist is good. I mean, it's one of those things that's going to be a game time decision. It's broken, and that's what it is. What it is. I mean, it's going to be painful. We haven't really got any kind of time frame.
Okay. I guess for you to be able to play on that throughout, I guess it's like a hard cast. I mean, how does that affect kind of the movements and the way you go about things? How do you manage that?
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, anytime you restrict movement in a certain, area, it's going to do that. So it's not as exciting as it sounds. It's just painful, and see how it goes.
Do you think it's going to...
Zach said that you talked to, you come up to him earlier and said, hey, I think I can play. Like, what made you want to come out there, even with the injury, to say, hey, I feel like I can help this team?
Well, I owe a lot to this team. I mean, there's a great group of guys that have been playing with a lot of injuries all year, and it's one of those things they told me, multiple doctors told me, they're not going to make anything worse. It's just going to be painful, so.
Do you think it's going to impact your pass rush more against the run more? Because you got to grab a lot when you're trying to fend off blockers, or do you just not know until you get out there?
Yeah, I haven't played since, so
Sure.
I really can't tell you. It's one of those things that has been painful, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just pushing through that.
Are you able to test in practice at all, or are you just to see how painful it's going to be, or is that something you have to wait until Saturday and see? Well, I guess that's the pain.
It's really hard to mimic a live game
Right.
in practice, but they're doing their best they can.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely. But
How does that work? Do you have people chopping at you just to see?
not really. It's more like a controlled environment, and in practice, it should be that.
Yeah.
Are you going to wrap it differently than you have in practice, or is that what you're going to wear?
That was most of it. Is getting with the trainers and getting a game-like feel, game-like tape, game-like atmosphere.
How did that feel on your arm? Your
It was
wrist?
great.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it was great.
Did you ever think about going club? Be one of these guys with the big clubs over?
I don't think it's necessary because the only thing I'm trying to restrict is wrist. So having finger mobility is going to be a plus.
Have you ever played with a club or anything like that, or that type of brace on your wrist before?
I broke my hand and that was it. They kind of wrapped that up in a soft cast, but that was even cut back to have finger mobility.
So nothing like this ever really before?
It's pretty similar to the handbrake.
Okay.
So you will be able to
Yeah, you
grab
can
potentially and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Zach was talking about a lot of guys have been wanting to come back, fight through stuff and play. What is it? What is it about this defense that guys were like you are wanting to come back and fight through whatever you got to kind of make plays happen and be on the field?
Well, I mean, at this point in the season, we've spent more time together than we have with our families, and we are a family. And they would lay it on the line for me, and there's guys whose livelihoods are at stake, and I have to do my 1/11th for them as they've done their 1/11th for me.
You got named your second straight Pro Bowl. What does that mean to you?
It's just a blessing, and everything I have and everything I am is for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I also am honored to play for such a family organization, and being able to represent them and my family in the Pro Bowl is something I hold very special.
How did you find out? Who told you? What was the process like of hearing that you made Pro Bowl?
I think it was team, and it was one of those things that we kind of focused on the next win, and I didn't even know it was Pro Bowl time, so it was definitely a nice surprise. And my wife texted me, and it's a blessing.
Thank you for your time, Trey.
Yeah, no doubt.